relied quite a lot on lamps for light at night. The lamp I'm holding at the minute is what's called the Guard's 3-aspect lamp. At the moment it's showing a white light, simply for illumination. But as you are probably aware, the Guard was in charge of the train. So at night, to signal to the driver his intentions, it could show a red aspect, obviously for danger, to not proceed. And for the train to go ahead, it then showed a green aspect. 3 aspects. As you can see behind me, there's quite a variety of different lamps that were used. On the locomotive at the front, they had headlamps like this to provide light. Not very much light, so for the crew of a footplate heading off into the darkness, they really couldn't see very far ahead of them. The only thing is, each signal at night had a lamp which either showed red or green. Red for stop, obviously green to go. The driver and fireman actually relied upon the terrain. They would know the sound. If they were going over a rocky ground, there would be a different sound from the rhythm of the track than if they were going over soft ground. So they got to know the lie of the land and had to know it very well at night, because really they didn't have much light. And as for the footplate itself, they relied on this type of lamp, a flare lamp. A very basic lamp. It had paraffin in there. It had a wick. The wick was lit and it provided a very small flame. That was so they could see the gauge glasses, to see that there was enough water in the boiler and things like that. In the stations, the wicks for a lamp could be trimmed. This was a wick trimmer to trim your wick. On a level crossing where the railway crossed the road, you would have had a larger lamp, such as the one behind me, to warn cars that there was a railway crossing ahead of them. Normally, of course, the railway crossing was open for road traffic, but when a train came, the gates were closed against the road to give the railway preference. So, a heavy dependence by the railway companies on paraffin oil lamps. Stations initially were lit with paraffin oil. This one is from Petticoat. This would have been a lamp which would have been to provide general station illumination for the platform. Initially stations were lit with paraffin, later on with gas, and later still by electricity.